Last year, Kaizer Chiefs were really struggling, guys. I mean, they reached to a point where they didn't know either to fire Nabi in the middle of the season. They were changing goalkeepers. And Ntwari started as the number one goalkeeper. Then from Ntwari, they changed to Brendan Peterson. No, Brendan Peterson was not good enough. Bavuma come in. Every lineup, there was no actually consistency from the lineup, goalkeepers everywhere. That is was after Nazratin Nabi. But now, Kaizer Chiefs are scaring me. Can Chiefs really win the league? Because if you look at the log, it's very clear the number two, only 2 points from Mamelodi Sundowns with same number of games, no games in hand. Only Orlando Pirates is 2 games in hand. But for Kaizer Chiefs to be at the same time with Sundowns, the same number of points, and the Kaizer Chiefs have lost 1 game this season, just like Mamelodi Sundowns. They're almost matching Sundowns in every pound, even in terms of goal conceded. Kaizer Chiefs have conceded less goal than Sundowns. Sundowns 7, Kaizer Chiefs 6. Obviously, Sundowns with number of goals, they scored 24, which is a bit higher than Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, I just saw that moment of brilliance from Lelepo. Then you realize that, no, man. Ungathi khona la yakhona amakhosi amahle. What's happening, amakhosi amahle? Welcome, everyone. This is NSL 360. My name is Nadim. I just want to give you a quick rundown of this game, of which is Kaizer Chiefs versus Marumo Gallants. We know that they went to Bloemfontein to visit a team that beat Chiefs actually last year in the second round. Remember who was coaching for Marumo Gallants? It was Owadou, who's coaching Orlando Pirates, who has so many players he doesn't even know. Must I play Mpokeng? Must I play Apollos? No, they must play on the bench. Must I play Hoto? No, 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 no. I've got Ndaba. But you know what? Sometimes if you've got plenty, you end up getting confused. I'm sure those people yeah, with like tiny squad, they wish they had the same number of squad like Owato. But now Marumo Gallants, guys, as we know at FNP, they drew with Kaizer Chiefs. It looked like it's gonna be a tough game. Is it because they've lost two of their best players, Tabatsane and Sendane, to Orlando Pirates? I don't know. But if you look at the score, you just get so proud of Kaizer Chiefs. This is what you need in South African football, where the best teams go on top of the log, where the best teams compete with each other. For me, when I see Kaizer Chiefs as strong like this, I realize that there might be something good that they are cooking. The lineup is very clear. Brendan Peterson is the number one goalkeeper this season and he's a captain. He's doing a fantastic job. He's my favorite goalkeeper, obviously, in South Africa. Anyone who knows me, I've been advocating. I have said that many times, that Brendan Peterson is almost the same level as Ronan Williams. Lots of people thought, no, I'm speaking nonsense. Williams is better and all those kind of things. But if you look at the statistical now, in 15 games, 11 clean sheets. Last season, the goalkeeper of the season had 11 clean sheets in total, 28 games, because Royal AM, there was issues. That it was 28 games, but 30 games. But now, it's so difficult, guys. Then you look at their defense, Kaizer Chiefs. Two best players, their defenders are coming from where? Orlando Pirates. Why did Orlando Pirates release Monyane and Marco? Because it looks like they are still good. If you look at this Kaizer Chiefs defense of Kweniga and Makadi, it looks solid on paper. It might not look as convincingly, but they do the job. That's why they've got 11 clean sheets this season in 15 games. This is impressive, guys. It is highly impressive. Then in the middle of the pack, obviously, we've got Ngobo, who and Mabo. Mabo was a man of the match, Mastro. It's one of those players you feel from Maritzburg United when he joined Mamelodi Sundowns. He had a bright future. You ask yourself, why did he join Sundowns? That's the thing. But he survived the Sundowns because most of the players don't come back and get that kind of lucky from Sundowns. Then you play a big team like Kaizer Chiefs and also dominate. That just shows the strength and the willingness and the power of Lemaboy. You can also be proud of him that Kaizer Chiefs have given him a chance and is repaying the faith. Obviously, Lepo has not scored a goal since the opening of the window against Stellenbosch, but he scored like his second goal. Again, it's one of those players. There was a lot when he was signed last year in January. He did well. Then there was this bit of dry out, obviously. But scoring a goal like that, I'm sure all Amakosi have really forgiven him for that. It's becoming so interesting, guys, the league. Dusha Balala, obviously, is one of those players who's always going to work hard. Then Mayo, the goals maybe will come. Velepai and Batman, they were signed by from third division. Remember, Cape Town Spurs were relegated from the PSL 2 seasons ago. Then they were relegated in the NFT. So once a player is in the NFT, is free to join any other team that of his choice. Chiefs, that's where they fetch them. Batman. But you look at that commitment, then you realize that okay, they're onto something. Samahle. They are really onto something. At the end of the day, Team Sugas will always say in South Africa, we need the best of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. That's the thing. We need the best. Chiefs and Pirates must be their best. Now, I think we're getting what we deserve as football fans, because the two best teams in South Africa, when you look at the log, when you look at the two best teams or the three best teams, you see them on top. For me, I like that. I'm a huge fan. I would be so much happy if a team like Kaizer Chiefs can win the league. A team like Orlando Pirates can win the league. Even a team like Amazulu can win the league. Obviously, I'm against Sundowns winning the league. I just don't like what they're doing. I don't think it makes the league attractive where you have one team winning a league every season. Because if Sundowns win the league this season, it's going to be 9 consecutive wins. Imagine a team winning a league 9 times in a row in South Africa. In Germany, it's happening with Bayern Munich. That's why no one watches those people. Most people, they don't even know. If you can tell them, give me a lineup for Bayern Munich, they don't know it. Borussia Dortmund, there was a time where Dortmund was winning the league. Lewandowski was playing there. Aubameyang, Roos. I can't even name 5 players for Bayern, for Borussia Dortmund now. I know that Jude Bellingham, brother, the Gores, their striker. I will struggle. Just like now, I'm struggling to name Borussia Dortmund, like, because I no longer watch German football. It's no longer entertaining. It's, you know, at the end who's gonna win, which is Bayern Munich. In South Africa, we don't have to have Sundowns winning the league, because it doesn't. Because Sundowns is a team that has now, it doesn't even help with South African football. If you look, they've got players from South America, players from Portugal, they've got players from Venezuela, or I mean, which is country, Colombia, Brazil. Bafana will always suffer, because those players who come from South America, they get more game time. They are the one who will actually shine. And then you see players like Masego struggling to crack in the team. You see players like Pasadini struggling to crack in the team. Who's suffering? South Africa. But of your Sundowns, they're a team. We hear their fans, they always tell us that, no, guys, Sundowns, they're signing players not only for PSL. Okay, for who? No, remember Sundowns playing the Club World Cup. Nonsense. How many times they play in the Club World Cup? Because it's only once. It's not like every year there's a Club World Cup, Club World Cup, Club World Cup, Club World Cup. The league is very interesting, guys. For me, I admire what Kaizer Chiefs did. What is it that they did right? Obviously, they defended very well. They did what they were supposed to do, not concede. If you don't concede, one chance you can. That's what they're getting it right. One, I give credit to Cedric Katz. I don't know if I'll be embarrassed, because I did say a guy who came as an interpreter, which is Cedric Katz. Then Ben Yusuf as Nabi's assistant coach. Now they are co-coaching. But it looked like Cedric Katz is the one who's in charge, because even in the last game, he's the one who was doing interviews and all those kind of things. Imagine if these guys win the league. They fired Nabi. That will mean one thing. Kaizer Motaung is a genius. If he can fire the coach, because we need to give credit where it's due. When Chiefs are not signing the right players, when they are struggling, we blame the sporting director. Now they are winning. They are consistent. They are not conceding. We give credit to Kaizer Motaung June. Honestly speaking, I remember meeting Gerard Lesbego. He told me that next season will be strong. It looks like the Chiefs are becoming stronger this season. Can they win the league though? One, I didn't expect them to be halfway. With 15 games to go, I didn't expect them to be on 30 points. I didn't expect also Kaizer Chiefs to have only conceded 5 or 6 goals. I didn't expect that. I reached to a point where I feel Kaizer Chiefs might be genuinely tightly contenders, because Orlando Pirates, it looks like they don't know who to play. Sundowns, obviously, they are trying to have their in-house fighting. I mean, there's someone who pray. I mean, especially these people who go to Nigerian churches, they say, let there be division in the camp of enemies. Maybe that's the play of Kaizer Chiefs, that let there be division in the camp of enemies, which is Orlando Pirates and Sundowns. Sundowns are fighting each other. They are pouring the sporting director with water and all those things. The coach is saying it doesn't have a status. It's got impact players. The best players, Bafana International, they're sitting in the bench. Some of them, like Sipombulu, have done so well. They're sitting in the stands. Then Andrew Jong, Tabatan, and Sendan, no, they must stay at home. It's almost embarrassing what's happening at Orlando Pirates, because Chiefs, they're taking advantage of that. For me, it looks like they just prayed one prayer. Let there be division in the camp of the enemies. And the enemies, which is Orlando Pirates and Sundowns, it doesn't look like it's a united environment in terms of coach, because the Pirates coach obviously is making a mistake, and the Sundowns coach is not making mistakes. He's winning in the league. He's yet to lose. I mean, one both matches against Orbit College, against Sukukune. Congratulations, Sundowns, on going and finishing the job. But the problem is that when it comes to the Champions League, Sundowns fans, they demand more. they feel also just being closer to Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates like this, they feel the league is theirs. They're supposed to be long gone with the league. They blame Flemingberg for that. And another thing they also blame Flemingberg is that the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns, they are so reliant on European players and South American players. They feel players like Pasadin, players like Jaden Adams, players like Masego, most of those players, even Terence Machio at one point in time, they were not given a chance at the expense of European players. They asked me one question. That's where I agreed with Sundowns fans, the one I spoke to on TikTok. They asked me, which player has improved since Cardoso took off? We know with Rulani, we saw Mkhuli Somtao from Norway, from Black Leopards. He ended up becoming the best right back at one point in time in Africa. I mean, Bafana Bafana was dominant. Then you saw a guy like Mailula. He was bought, went to Europe for, I mean, where is he now? In Europe. But obviously went to and the MLS. He played in Canada. Then what's happening to others? My at one point in time, it looked like it's gonna be Bafana International. There was that element of improvement under Rulani, under Mangoba Mniti. You'll see the growth and the local players becoming so good. But under Flemingberg, not a single player that has improved. The players who are playing now with Mamelodi Sundowns, I'm talking about guys like Mkwena. They've been there dominating. Those are the players that Flemingberg found them there. We can't say he has improved to them. The one that we're supposed to improve is players like one will say like Jaden Adams, who they signed, but they are not playing. Pasadin from Stellenbosch is not playing. Is he scared of improving players? Then it looks like Sundowns are justified to feel the frustration. But obviously, I don't condone them pouring water at any person. I wouldn't want someone to pour me with water. So I can't now say, yeah, pouring, but there are ways of displaying your anger. Pouring water with them might not be one of the best ideas. Maybe they can politely march to Clock Up. It's not far. Here in Midrand, Tembisa, they can just go there and protest and feel like Flemingberg, because some of them, they feel like Flemingberg is enriching himself at the expense of Sundowns. He's doing some illegal activities with agents. He signs those players. He promised them that they will play. A player, before he even arrived at the airport, he's already got a work permit, just like we saw with Cardoso. And then, but Mangoba Mniti was easily sacked. That's how they feel. They feel Sundowns is now becoming a European team. They are trying to reclaim the identity of their team. Can you blame them? No. I'm not a Sundowns fan. I've never supported Sundowns, but I cannot blame. I always supported Morocco Swallows, by the way. So for me, that's how I feel in the league. The league is so competitive. And who's the winner of all those things? That people will thought maybe I was talking about Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, I'm still on Kaizer Chiefs, defeating Marumo Gallants 1-0 and going to the top two, overtaking Orlando Pirates, who don't know who to play because the coach has that kind of a problem. The players, all of them, is fully fit. Apolis is fit. Mfokeng is back. All of the players are there. He doesn't know who to play. Some people, they feel it's even a wrong decision to not play Mabasan or to a point where he's getting released. Because Pirates now, it looks like they are reliant on 3 strikers. We'll see. When are they playing on Saturday? At Orlando Amstel Arena. What is it? Orlando Amstel Arena. Paganias will forgive us. We still have to get the name correct. But that's how it is. So it's going to be an interesting season because Orlando Pirates, if they don't beat Marcus on Saturday, questions will be asked. I don't think the coach will continue being a Pirates coach. If he continues being a Pirates coach, it will be the support of management. The fans will not be happy with him because they've not forgiven the coach, Owado Apitisalo. So he has won 2 trophies, but they have not forgiven him for what he did in the first half when he came in. Remember when he came in, what he did? He just put players like Radio Pan in the starting lineup. Tsepo Mashilwane on the right back. Those are kind of things that angered some of the Buccaneers. But now they're in a position where they feel they can realistically win everything. Win the M10-8, which they've already done. Carling Cup, which they've already won. The league, which they realistically feel they can win because they're out of the Champions League. Nedbank Cup, obviously, it's for everyone. Last time they lost to Kaizer Chiefs in the final. But now the coach is in a position where he doesn't know where to play. Then there's a guy called Seth Rickards who came as Nabi's assistant. He knows who to play at Kaizer Chiefs. He knows that as long as there, Brendan Peterson is going to be his number 1. If Marco is fit on the left side, he's going to play. Or if Manyane is on the right side, he's going to play. He creates that kind. If Monyane is not there, Solomons will come in and produce a man of the match. Then Kweniga and Makadi or Miguel, They will compete each other on central. He knows exactly who to play. He put in a guy like Maboe. He became so impressed. He's letting play. Then Lilepo, obvious, is ever president Shabalala, Velepai, Mayo. Then you look at the bench of the Kaizer Chiefs. They've got keeper Bavuma, obviously, is a capable replacement. Then Mabasa, who's just promoted. You see what Kaizer Chiefs are doing. Love. I mean, in the last match he played, but this one obviously came as a sub. But again, then you've got Silva. Sereno, a guy like Sereno is not even starting at Kaizer Chiefs anymore. So for me, do I still think Kaizer Chiefs can win the league? No, I don't think Chiefs will win the league this season. I don't even want to lie. I'm tempted to go with the excitement of seeing the PSL producing such competitive level of football where the great teams are now. Now, if someone wants to know who are the best teams in South Africa, you don't speak much. Just say look at the log. The best teams that in order, obvious, not like in order, but the three best teams: Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, and Mamelodi and Kaizer Chiefs, and they are there. So for me, I feel like the league is gonna be entertaining. That's I always wanted to see a competitive PSL because it becomes boring. At this stage, at one point in time, Sundowns will be on 45 points. The number one, number two will be on 30 points. What is that? How is that good? Maybe we need to thank Cardoso for weakening Sundowns and Flemingbeck so that the other teams will be able to catch up. Honestly speaking, I like what Flemingbeck and Cardoso are doing. I know Sundowns fans don't want them, but all that mix up, bringing overseas best players and all those kind of things where Sundowns now, they're drawing a lot of matches. Sure, Sundowns is not like they've been losing a lot. They only lost once. But they made teams be reachable. Sundowns are in a position where they are reachable now. And that reachable, who benefits? South African football fans. Because it would be nicer if the league can go down. I think the guy Cardoso is on something. He did say in the first half of the season and say the league will go down to the last day. Is it like a movie where you want, okay, I want it to go to the last day. But Sundowns fans, because they're entitled to success, they feel like they should. They say the league is ours. We need to always win it. But this season, Masandawana, yes, they can win it because you saw how they beat Skokone. They have that element of magic from nowhere. Why you think they are not gonna win? They produce something we have never seen. Unlike Orlando Pirates, why you think they are not winning? They're not winning. This Sundowns team is special, guys. Catch us next time after the Orlando Pirates and Magesi match. We're gonna review also the Kaizer Chiefs, even Mamelodi Sundowns Champions League away, where they will meet Al Hilal. It's gonna be a very interesting match. If they lose away, because I noticed something when Sundowns scored, some of the fans were not happy. Why were they not happy? Because they feel they need to get rid of Flemingbeck and Cardoso. And you can see how happy was Cardoso. It looks like already the management of Sundowns have made up their mind that they are going to release Cardoso. They are not going to allow this riot to continue. So I think Cardoso is now under pressure. I think he has been told by the management that the results must speak for themselves. If you you lose the league, we're not going to be able to protect you. Because if in Flemingbeck, now he doesn't know. Because the fans, they are saying they are going to do that until he resigns. Most people I've spoken to, Sundowns fans, they're saying they're not even going to go to the stadium as long Flemingbeck is there because they feel they've lost their identity. Just the guy, he's came from Europe and taken their team's identity. Guys, catch us next time. This is NXL 360. We're creating a football movement. A lot is coming in this channel. Just stay tuned.